Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today I am doing a little video that I wouldn't normally do because I don't really touch OCG matters, but I'm talking about, obviously, which you guys could tell, is the new OCG erratas, and why we should care about them, because, like, OCG erratas, We've got 6 new cards, I think, that have come off the ban list in the OCG with an errata. I don't really care too much about the ban list over there because obviously it doesn't matter here. The only things I care about is that we can sometimes take things from them, such as other bans / limited cards that they've done over there as part of us, because sometimes Konami mix both ban lists, same cards and stuff. But yeah, so I'm basically going to be talking about the new erratas that happened over in the OCG and what it means for the cards that they've errated, and if they're actually going to be good still or bad still, or just in general how they are. So I'm just going to pull them up here. So the first card we'll talk about is Brain Control. Brain Control is errata. It's, for you guys who don't know Brain Control is a normal spell card. Its original effect was you could pay 800 life points, take control of any face-up monster your opponent controls. I believe it did target back then, I can't really remember. But its errated effect is pay 800 life points and target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That can only be normal summon / set. Take control of that target until the end of the turn. Now, I believe its original effect was a permanent still. I can't remember. It might have not been, but the problem with this effect is that it's the errata. It means it's coming back. Like, it's definitely coming back with this errata. We just got to get a reprinted version of it with the errata. But this effect is not that great purely because you can only target monsters that can be normal / set. It's kind of like Magnet Reverse, where you can only target monsters that could be special summoned. So basically, you can target any monster that could be normal summoned. So you can target pendulum monsters, you can target normal monsters, effect monsters, any monsters like that can be normal summoned. So if you're trying to attempt to target an Infernoid, you can't target Infernoid. If you're attempting to target an what else could you be? Rainbow Dragon, because a Rainbow Dragon can't be tribute summoned. You can't take the Rainbow Dragon. But like, you can only target monsters that could be normal summoned. So they have a Pendulum monster, a Pendulum summon for the extra deck. Technically, you can take that because that card can technically be normal summoned. So the card doesn't have to be normal summoned to be able to take it. But this card in general, it's just bad. Like, with this errata, a card like Mind Control is so much better because Mind Control just takes the card. It may not be able to attack or be tributed, but you're taking the card, and it doesn't have to be a normal summon. It doesn't have to be one that has to be normal summon. So you could be taking an Xyz monster, you could be taking a Synchro monster, Xyz monster, anything like that. But with something like this, you can't take those monsters. So unless you're going up against a Pendulum deck or a normal summoning deck, you can't really do much with this card. But yeah, so Brain Control's pretty much been ruined in that sense, so that's pretty bad now. Let's move on to the next one then, because Brain Control's going a bit long. The next card we're going to be talking about is Future Fusion. Future Fusion was originally able to send all the cards on the turn it was activated, so they've obviously changed the effect. It's basically its original effect was you could reveal a fusion monster, send as many copies, send all the fusion materials necessary from your deck to the graveyard, then into 2 standby phases you summon the monster. And then when it left the field, destroy the monster that would be summoned. But its new effect is continuous spell card during your standby phase after this card's activation. So basically, you have to wait a turn during your next turn. So you activate this, you have to wait a single turn, until your next turn. Reveal 1 fusion monster in your extra deck, and if you do, send the fusion materials for that monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so basically that errated effect is you have to wait a single turn to be able to send all the materials to the graveyard and reveal the card. So If your opponent MSTs it when it's first activated, it will just be destroyed. You won't send during your next standby phases. But if it is on the field, then you get to send as many materials as you want. So in 5-headed dragon, in your next turn, you'd be able to send 5 dragon types. For Infernoid and Infernoid Terraria, I think its name is, you can send as many Infernoids to the graveyard as possible. Just simple stuff like that. The next part of effect is during your second standby phase. After this card's activation, fusion summon 1 fusion monster with the same name as the fusion monster revealed with this card's effect. With this card's effect from your extract. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When this card is destroyed, destroy this card. Okay, so that's basically the same as the original effect. Summon it during your second standby phase of activation. So yeah, so Future Fusion, it's not a terrible card. The Errata isn't terrible, but it's not that good in my opinion. You have to wait a turn. If it gets MST'd, it's gone, it's done. You don't send anything to graveyard. It's like a -1 for you. It's just it's not a bad card, but it's not a good card at the same time. So this card is a subpar version of Future Fusion. But we'll have to see what it actually does in the meta when it comes over to the TCG or when OCG start using it in their own ways. Okay, so the next card we'll be talking about is Imperial Order. Now, Imperial Order is a continuous trap card. I believe its original effect is that if you didn't want to pay the life point cost, you don't have to, and it goes straight to the graveyard. But they've changed that, so you must pay 700 life points during each player's standby phase. So 1400 every 2 turns. If you cannot pay 700 life points, destroy this card. Okay, so the change there was obviously, as I said, if you don't want to pay, you don't have to, and the card is destroyed. But they've obviously changed it so you have to pay, and if you can't pay, the card is then destroyed. So if you're on 600, the card's just instantly destroyed. And its actual effect is, while this card is in the spell or trap card zone, negate all spell effects on the field. So that's just its original effect, just negates spells. And this card is still really good. It's just paying those life points can be a pretty hefty cost. But nonetheless, let's carry on. The next card we'll be talking about is Goyo Guardian. I'm not really going to go too deep into this one because we know its effect, but it hasn't been changed. The only thing changed is the things needed. So it's Goyo Guardian. The errata here was that it needs an Earth Tuner now. Now, the only reason they did this in the OCG was because they still had Goyo banned. It wasn't banned over here. They've made Goyo Guardian irrelevant now over here. So yeah, if you want to play Goyo Guardian, play it for the last couple of weeks you can, because you're not going to get to play it again. But yeah, so they've just ruined Goyo Guardian. The next card is Brianna, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Now, this card has been on the ban list for the longest time in my knowledge, just like Brain Control. But this card's original effect was it wasn't once per turn. So its new effect is you can only use the effect of Brianna, Dragon of the Ice Barriers once per turn. So they made a once per turn effect, and its effect is still you can discard to the graveyard any number of cards, then target that many cards your opponent controls, return them to the hand. So I don't know if it could originally target any cards on the field like your own. I'm not sure about that, but it's now if it was, then you can only target your opponent's cards, and it now can only be used once per turn. So it's still an amazing card, don't get me wrong. Brianna is still broken, but it just means it's a little slower now, so it can't be used multiple times, because that was one of the stupid things with the card. And the last card we'll be talking about is Rescue Cat Serata. So for you guys who don't know, Rescue Cat is a very old card that mainly got banned because of the X-Saber deck. I believe there was a combo where you summoned 2 of the Beast Tuner monster from the deck and then just carried on doing loops and stuff. It was part of the hand loop, I believe. But basically, its original effect was it's special summon the 2 beast monsters from the deck, and then they just get destroyed in the end phase of the turn. Its effect now is You can send this card to the graveyard, special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast type monsters from your deck, but their effects are negated. Also, they are destroyed during the end phase. So the errata here is that the monster summons effects would be negated, as not to make it amazingly broken, but it is still pretty broken because it can make like a rank 3 play with a Dante or something, which is still pretty stupid. But nonetheless, guys, these are all the erratas of the OCG. I kind of wanted to make a video on this purely because it's like we don't really get a lot of erratas in the game, and the only reason this is happening because I believe the creator of the card arts or the cards in the game wants all the cards on the ban list to have at least one more chance in the meta. I mean, in the game because he has stated before that he wants all cards that have ever been banned to come back at least once. So, yeah, that's why these are kind of coming back. I wish they didn't errata them, though, because I wish they came back as their proper forms. But that's another topic for another video, which I may do in my next video. Keep tuned out for that. If I do it, then you know I did. But yeah, guys, that's all the erratas. It's interesting to see them doing it. I just hope they don't errata all the banned cards, because if they errated Stratos, then I would not be a happy guy. Like, I want Stratos to stay just how it is. I don't want it ever to get errated, but yeah, guys, those are the erratas. Tell me what you think of the erratas in the comment section below. Tell me what you think of this video, and as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Press the bell button, because Konami's algorithm is shit, and they're making you double subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.